taking the game.
One gone for the second-year outfielder David Dahl. And you talk about hot Rockies to end the regular season. Dahl sends a fly ball to center. This has some run on it. Takes out more into the ivy. And he makes the catch at the wall. David Dahl came about a yard away from his 7th home run in his last 9 games.
That's right, Matty. He's red hot, bidding for his 7th home run. Takes first pitch fastball 91 miles an hour and hits it to the deepest part of the park. And Almonte making a big play. Not all plays have to come in offense. Defensively, Almora can also set the tone.
Two out for John Lester. The second one qualifying as a loud out, and now it's the catcher Chris Iannetta. You know, we talk about the Rockies hitters finishing strong. The same can be said of John Lester. Final 8 starts of the season this year. A 1.71 ERA over almost 48 innings of work. And there was a time from just outside the All-Star break until late August that there were some questions for the first time as a Cub about John Lester. He hit a rough patch over a 5-week period. Iannetta with a drive into the left field corner just a little early and yanks that foul.
Yeah, Matt, his ERA dropped 5 points from July and August, where it was over 6. Struggled those 2 months big time. And then in September, a 1.52. And that's John Lester. He gets strong when it counts.
Fans making it a little 2-strike noise on his behalf. He got him. 3 strikeouts tonight for the 5-time All-Star. And the guy who made the big catch a moment ago is the first to hit in the bottom half of the inning in a 1-0 Rockies lead.
Limits are meant to push you, but I'm not afraid to push back. Chase down your passion. Never halfway. Hankook Tire.
Hi kids, I'm Carl and I'm a broker.
Do you offer $4.95 online equity trades? A satisfaction guarantee, like Schwab does.
What are you teaching these kids?
Ask your broker if they offer award-winning full service and low costs backed by a satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like their answer, ask again at Schwab.
Hi, I just wanted to tell you that Chevy won a J.D. Power Dependability Award for its midsize car, the Chevy Malibu. I forgot, Chevy also won a J.D. Power Dependability Award for its light-duty truck, the Chevy Silverado. Oh, and since the Chevy Equinox and Traverse also won, Chevy is the only brand to earn the J.D. Power Dependability Award across cars, trucks, and SUVs 3 years in a row. 3rd time's a charm.
I couldn't stay in Dallas and watch it on TV. I didn't want my memories to burn. I've been going out to that house my whole life. Chubb sent private firefighters. I didn't ask them to, but there they were, fighting to protect my property. My house was spared. Some people said I was lucky. Well, luck doesn't go out in the woods for 5 days to battle a wildfire, but Chubb did.
McDonald's new Trick Treat Win game has 1 in 4 odds of winning instantly, so you won't really need luck. Don't miss your chance to win your share of over 100 million prizes. Hurry in to play Trick Treat Win. Starts Friday.
Anything can happen on Saturday night.
Can you tell me your name, please?
My name is LeBron James.
You know me?
Shaquille O'Neal.
Kobe Bryant.
Julius Erving. Oscar Robertson. Irvin Magic Johnson.
Cheryl Miller.
Mike Krzyzewski.
Phil Jackson.
Adam Silver.
They call me the Iceman.
My name is Stephen Curry.
My name's Jerry West.
I didn't choose it. It chose me.
1-0 Rockies as we welcome you back to Wrigley Field with Jessica Mendoza, Alex Rodriguez, and Buster Olney. Matt Vasgersian. The postseason is underway. Bottom of the second, Albert Almora, Daniel Murphy, and Wilson Contreras against the second-year left-hander Kyle Freeland.
We've spoke about Kyle Freeland really painting the edges. One other element to Freeland's game is a little bit of the deception that he has in his delivery. Alex mentioned how quick he is to home plate, but he also pauses, which is really hard for hitters to time out. You see that front knee, that slight pause that he gets. So not only is it to throw off hitters' timing, but for him, he says it helps gather himself mid-delivery so then he can come full force down the slope in his pitches.
And it's a great point, Jessica, and it ungathers hitters, especially hitters like me that used to have a leg kick. So anyone with a leg kick, it can become even more problematic as a hitter.
And that's where the simple dynamic of not only having your stuff, your command, but the deception is so huge in baseball right now. And that pause, and he'll change up the amount of time he pauses. So even that, you can't time him up perfectly.
2 balls and a strike to Albert Almora, who lines the ball back up the middle, a base hit.
And there's a lot to like here with Freeland early on, showing a very diverse attack. He's going to throw the fastball here, 94. Then he's going to throw a nice little cutter. And then on this one, a backdoor slider. Great body language, great stuff with a lot of life.
As you saw with the hit to Almora Jr., when he throws it over the plate at all, it doesn't have that spin rate that you hear about. It doesn't have the velocity that you hear about. If he misses middle, he gets hit.
Rockies to finish strong, not limited to just hitters. Kyle Freeland, great after the All-Star break this year. Now it's Daniel Murphy, who on the first pitch bounces it to Desmond. And nobody gets to first base in time to make that a double play. Desmond did a great job off the bag. And wisely, Trevor Story just 8 to throw.
So really nice play here by Desmond. You'll see Freeland getting off the mound a little bit slow. That cost him a double play. That little hesitation right there is the reason why they don't get a very routine double play, especially with the way Murphy's running with his hurt knee. Those are the little things in October that can cost you in a big way. You do not want to give even a struggling offense like the Cubs 28 outs.
1 out, 1 on now for the All-Star catcher Wilson Contreras. You know, it sounds like we're just talking about players in this matchup to finish strong, as Contreras has a friendly question for Chris Guccione. The Cubs catcher would be the other way. Did not have as good a post All-Star break run as he did before the Midsummer Classic, and he might actually have something to beef about there. In fact, for Wilson Contreras, some of the negative returns came, ironically, the day after he was named to the All-Star team. From July 9th through the end of the season, hit under 200. To 2-1 now. Murphy not a threat to run from first, and now it's Contreras that wants to think about things. Two-one pitch. Into right center field. Blackmon coming on to make a great catch. Murphy's got to get back. A fine grab by Charlie Blackmon, who, by the way, even before there was contact, was standing in a pretty good spot to make that play.
It's all about the jump because of where this is at on a line. It looks like it's getting gap all the way. See Charlie Blackmon at the start where he creates angle, the jump that he gets, able to make that play looks so much easier. And again, it's about the first two steps. He immediately knows how to read the angle that he gets to be able to make this grab. And ultimately what could have saved a run. Almora Jr. with speed could have scored from first base.
So 2 out with Murphy aboard now for the third baseman tonight, David Bodie. Bodie getting an opportunity to play tonight based on the pitching assignment of Kyle Freeland. Joe Maddon wanting to load up as many right-handed swings as he could tonight. And Bodie getting an opportunity to play this year because of the health status of Chris Bryant. David was up and down from AAA a number of times this year, but really opened eyes when he had an extended audition in the absence of Bryant. Not only did he play well defensively, but came up with some big key hits to win games for the Cubs, including a walk-off grand slam that we watched on Sunday Night Baseball midsummer this year.
It was a Santa Maria moment.
Saw that number, 5 of his 6 home runs, giving the Cubs a lead this year as he takes a strike. It's tough to quantify players like that in this day and age when we're so deficit. A pinch hit, walk-off grand slam. Cannot be a better feeling in this game. And if that was a flip, I mean, come on. Give the guy a break.
I don't care if he nunchucked it. I mean, it's a big moment. Do what you feel.
Freeland goes upstairs with the fastball to get the strikeout, his 3rd of the game. He's able to strand another base runner, and we're through 2 complete tonight with the Rockies on top 1-0.
Your paycheck, your family depends on it. But if something happened to you, you need life insurance. And chances are SelectQuote can get it for you for under $1 a day.
SelectQuote found Alec, 38, a $500,000 policy for under $23 a month. SelectQuote found Kenesha, 37, a $750,000 policy for under $23 a month.
SelectQuote's secret? They impartially shop a select group of highly rated companies like these for your best rates. Give your family the security it needs at a price you can afford.
Since 1985, SelectQuote has saved over 1 million families millions of dollars on life insurance. Call now, 800-289-6019. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Discover what over 1 million families know. We shop, you save.
Bring on Monday, because Mondays are made for Monday Night Football.
Pa, 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 pa.
Redskins Saints, Monday at 8:15 on ESPN.
This place isn't for me.
That last place was pretty nice.
I don't like this whole thing.
I think we can do better. Change is hard. Try to keep open mind. Come on, Jay.
This is for me, son?
Principal, we can help you plan for that.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
Welcome back to Wrigley Field. 1-0 Rockies. We have two broadcasts tonight. Let's check in with our StatCast edition of tonight's game. Jason Benetti, Eduardo Perez, and Mike Petriello, powered by AWS.
Matt, thank you so much. We join you on ESPN. Mike Petriello, MLB.com StatCast analyst, Eduardo Perez. And look, John Lester's 18-6. Mike, he's 18-6.
Wins are great. Wins are cool. Listen, John Lester's a really good pitcher. We know that. He's been around forever. But what is beyond the numbers? What's underneath them? Strikeout rate is lowest since 2013. His walk rate is up. His hard hit rate is up. That doesn't mean he's a bad pitcher. It does mean that I don't look at him as a top 5 elite ace as the 18-6 record might otherwise indicate.
Yeah, the numbers are real, but also the heart rate is real for John Lester. Okay, that first inning he missed on the first 9 pitches, but so far he has been patented what we've come to get used to with John Lester. Goes to the breaking pitch late to get that swing and miss when needed. Runners on base. He attacks the zone early, and he needs to at least give the Cubs until at least the 6th inning.
We're looking at this game through a different prism over on ESPN2. Matt, back to you.
Is that it? Okay, Jason, thanks. I was rather enjoying that. I was just getting ready to go down in the stands and get myself a hot beef. Swing and a miss by Kyle Freeland. There's one away for John Lester. You know, I want to just kind of piggyback what Eduardo was talking about regarding Lester and the heartbeat. I mean, when you're talking about a guy who's on the all-time postseason innings pitched list, and with a laundry list of fall accomplishments that few can match, what happened in the regular season in terms of velocity dips, in terms of walks per 9, maybe a little bit more than you're used to seeing, it's just not relevant on October 1st for me as a fan. Here's Charlie Blackmon now with one away.
What you saw in the first inning exemplifies John Lester. He gets himself into trouble when it's low leverage, low pressure situations. That's him during the regular season. You will see his ERA drop almost an entire point in the postseason over the course of his career, and that's what he did with the 2 strikeouts in the first inning when his team needed him to get the big outs.
A ball and a strike to Blackmon.
Well, it's 2 things. It's damage control. If you're a young pitcher, you don't have the experience, and you're not getting the pitches you think you should be getting, maybe you give up 2 or 3.
To watch
but then hard, he goes
tap
softer.
Video. Click link in description. To watch full streaming, tap video. Click link in description. To watch full
Picked here because he stays out there too long, and that's the other element that, yes, John Lester cannot throw to first base, but he's got a catcher that's not afraid to quick snap the throw down there in case that secondary lead is too big.
Lester has gotten much better at holding runners as LeMahieu punches that one foul.
Guys, another you hear from base runners as well. They're just not comfortable being that far off. It's not something that's commonplace for them. They're not used to getting leads that big, and we saw in that playoff game a couple years ago against the Dodgers where Dodger base runners were getting way off, but then their first initial movement as John Lester began his movement was back to first base.
So Matt, the reason why runners, now you'll see Tony Diaz, he has a stopwatch in his left hand, and every time, just like I have one right now, and I'm going to time this. Boom, that was 1-2. And that was because it was a breaking ball. So every time he'll whisper and say 1-1 or 1-3. If he says 1-3 or higher, green light, you can go. If it's 1-3 or lower, in this case, he hasn't thrown a pitch above 1-3. It's impossible to run. So a lot of it is gimmicky. A lot of it is just simple math.
2 balls and 2 strikes to DJ LeMahieu.
John Lester sitting right at 1-1-1-2.
Black loss, and LeMahieu takes a called strike 3. For John Lester tonight.
And the fake steal sometimes affects the hitter more than the pitcher.
His movement was back to first base.
So Matt, the reason why runners, now you'll see Tony Diaz, he has a stopwatch in his left hand. And every time, just like I have one right now, and I'm going to time this. Boom, that was 1-2. And that was because it was a breaking ball. So every time, he'll whisper and say 1-1 or 1-3. If he says 1-3 or higher, green light, you can go. If it's 1-3 or lower, in this case, he hasn't thrown a pitch above 1-3, it's impossible to run. So a lot of it is gimmicky, a lot of it is just simple math.
2 balls and 2 strikes to DJ LeMahieu.
John Lester sitting right at 1-1-1-2.
Black loss, and LeMahieu takes a called strike 3. 5 for John Lester tonight.
And the fake steal sometimes affects the hitter more than the pitcher, and perhaps that fake steal just makes LeMahieu wait just a second, thinks that ball is up, strike 3.
How does it do that, Alex?
You know, your peripheral vision, when you see Blackman run, all of a sudden you just flinch as a hitter, and is very unproductive, especially if you're a slugger. I always tell runners, either go or stay.
So Nolan Arenado now with 2 gone and a runner aboard.
And Buster, if you want to go early. Give the hitter an opportunity to drive you in from second base. But with a guy like Arenado, he's already in scoring position, and so is Arenado at the plate.
Arenado takes it's 1-1.
That last pitch, the backdoor cut.
Chase down your passion. Never halfway. Hankook Tire.
In April, Luke's dad made 25 calls to find a place that could bring his son's creation to life. There were 14 emails to determine the size of the lightning bolts, and 18 texts wishing Luke a very happy birthday. And when all was said and done,